Heidi. Chapter 2. The Goat Boy. Early next morning, Heidi woke to the sound of bells. She sat up. Sunshine poured through the hayloft window, turning her straw bed into shimmering gold. Quickly, she dressed and shot down the ladder. A boy was standing at the door, whistling. "This is Peter the goat boy," Grandfather told her. "He's come for Little Swan and Little Bear." Two goats, one white, one brown, pushed past him and sniffed Heidi. She giggled as they licked her hands. "Their tongues tickle," she said. "Do you want to come with me?" Peter shouted over the bleats and bells. "I'm going up the mountain to find fresh grass for them." "Can I?" Heidi asked Grandfather. "I suppose," he replied, "but have your breakfast first." He sat on a stool and milked Little Bear, then handed Heidi a bowl of fresh milk. "Come on," said Peter, as soon as she'd finished. "You can stay at the back and make sure none of the goats get lost." As they ran over rocks to the mountain pastures, Peter showed Heidi the mountain's secrets. He pointed to an eagle's nest hidden in the craggy peaks and the spots where wild flowers grew. The mountain looked as if a giant had scattered handfuls of jewels over it. Heidi had never seen so many flowers. She picked great blue and yellow bunches for Grandfather. Every day, Heidi went out with Peter and the goats, and every day, her cheeks grew rosier and her eyes more sparkly. Grandfather fed her crusty bread, tasty cheese, and Little Swan's milk. At night, he told her stories by the fire. Heidi had never been happier. Until one morning, when the door flew open and there stood Aunt Det in a brand new dress. "I've come for Heidi," she announced. "I should never have left her with you in the first place." "No," cried Heidi, suddenly afraid. "I like it here. I want to stay with Grandfather." Dete ignored her. "I've found a place for Heidi in Frankfurt," she told Grandfather. "Clara Sesamin, a little girl who's always ill, wants a friend to keep her company. If Heidi behaves," her aunt went on, "Mr. Sesamin will pay her and buy her some fine new clothes. It's a great chance for her." Grandfather had been looking crosser and crosser during this speech. "Take her and spoil her then," he bellowed at Dete. "But don't bother coming back. Ever." Ignoring Heidi's protests, Dete gripped her arm and dragged her outside. As they left, Heidi saw Grandfather sitting alone, his head in his hands. "Poor Grandfather," cried Heidi, tears trickling down her face. "Come on, Heidi," said Dete, pushing her down the mountain. "I'm sorry I ever left you with that sad old man." "Why is he so sad?" asked Heidi. "He thinks the world is a bad place," her aunt replied. "First, his wife died. Then your father, his only child, wasted all his money and died too. But your grandfather's just made things worse for himself. He said there was only misery in the world and shut himself away up here. Forget him, Heidi. Think about Frankfurt." "I'll never forget him," cried Heidi. "It's for your own good," Dete declared, striding off. Heidi was quiet, but secretly she made a promise. "One day I'll come back to him,